to see what we
Mm.
have. Well, as I remember, uh, the last session, so let me share the board. Yes. Yeah, we talked about fast food chains in your country. And of course, we have a good video to watch. So let's watch it together and ask a few questions related to the video. The first part, we want to actually decide which statement true or false. So here, as of 2018, there are only 70, okay, McDonald's stores in Vietnam. So 70 is the keyword. You can get your bowl of pho, yes, or your banh mi.
Bánh mì,
Yeah, banh mi
bánh
also, yeah, banh mi.
mì,
First,
bánh mì,
yeah, banh mi. Yeah,
bánh mì gì?
yeah, of course. Also, maybe even faster than McDonald's. So let's see. 78% of Vietnamese money spent on food went to fast food restaurant. Okay. KFC changed course and updated its menu to better fit local taste. And McDonald's and Burger King's prices are reasonable to Vietnamese people. The way food is served in Vietnam's more of a family style serving experience. So, ready to watch?
The way food, what is it?
The way food is served. The way food is served. This is one sentence, okay? It means the way that they
The
serve
food,
food in Vietnamese,
the
yeah,
way
or a
food
family
served.
style, yeah,
Mm.
serving experience. So, let's watch it. And let me share it again. Okay. Wow.
The way food is served.
Okay.
Indulge
Ah,
in luxurious, timeless hospitality.
okay.
Fast
I
food
think,
restaurants dominate markets all over the world. Burger King
wait
has
a
more than
moment.
16,000 locations in over 100 nations, and McDonald's
Okay.
has over 36,000.
You can see,
There's
right?
a decommissioned airplane in New Zealand, and there's even one in Vatican
No,
City.
How about now?
Fast food is a more than $500 billion
no.
Ah, you're not sick?
Oh, okay, now.
and McDonald's has over 36,000.
Okay, so
There's
let
one
me turn the subtitle on for you, and I think maybe a little bit
Yeah.
slower. So
Oh,
yes, let me okay, just playback speed to 0.75. Okay, it's okay now. Well, and louder. Now it's okay.
all over the world. Burger King has more than 16,000 locations in over 100 nations, and McDonald's has over 36,000. There's one in a decommissioned airplane in New Zealand, and there's even one in Vatican City. Fast food is a more than $500 billion a year business. But there's one place where these chains can't seem to take off, and that place is Vietnam. Here's why McDonald's and Burger King are failing to find a mass following in Vietnam. There was a lot of hype when McDonald's first opened its doors in Vietnam in 2014. The launch drew crowds of locals who waited hours to get their hands on a Big Mac. But fast forward to today, and the hype has slowed way down. McDonald's, which launched in Vietnam in 2014, has only 17 stores there, and Burger King, which entered the market in 2011, has only 13 as of 2018. Failure to capture the attention of the Vietnamese market was odd, given that these burger chains had previously been met with success when expanding into Asian countries. McDonald's has seen tremendous growth in countries like China and Japan, where it has thousands of storefronts in both countries. And Burger King has grown its franchise in Japan from 12 restaurants in 2008 to 98 last year. McDonald's is ranked second out of all foreign fast food in mainland China behind KFC, and Burger King is ranked fourth. But Vietnam was a different story. When McDonald's finally entered the Vietnamese market in 2014, it planned to open 100 stores in Vietnam within 10 years. But so far today, it's only launched 17. The same thing happened to Burger King. The company invested $40 million in Vietnam in 2012 with the goal of opening 60 restaurants by 2016, according to Vietnam Business Review. And as of 2018, there are just 13 Burger Kings in Vietnam. Both McDonald's and Burger King did not respond to CNBC's questions about why they face such trouble breaking into the Vietnamese market.
Fast food in the States is popular because you can get it now. Vietnamese food is the same thing. If you go to street vendors, you can get your bowl of pho or your banh mi also maybe even faster than McDonald's. So that kind of defeats the value proposition of fast food in Vietnam.
But part of the problem seems to be that fast food giants underestimated their local rivals. Vietnamese diners are spoiled for choice in top-tier cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, which has made it tough for international fast food chains to compete.
For the Vietnamese, we have our banh mi sandwiches. And those sandwiches are sold on the streets at rock bottom prices compared to McDonald's and Burger King.
According to the European Commission, Vietnamese consumers dedicate a sizable portion of their income to food. And of that money spent on food, 78% of that cash went to local vendors, street stalls, and kiosks. Just 1% went toward fast food restaurants in Vietnam. Vietnam's food service sector has over 540,000 outlets. Over 430,000 outlets are local vendors and food kiosks. There's nearly 80,000 full-service Vietnamese restaurants and almost 22,000 local bars and cafes. But as for fast food chains, they account for just over 7,000 outlets in Vietnam. Fast food chains are so outnumbered in Vietnam partly because of the severed diplomatic ties between the US and Vietnam. After the United States withdrew forces from Vietnam following the war in 1973, all diplomatic relations were severed between the two countries in 1975. It wasn't until 1995 that the United States and Vietnam mended fences and opened the door for trade.
If you know anything about like the history of Vietnam, like the last 30 to 40 years, there was a lot of growth, but only really in the last 20. A lot of storefronts are literally just people's homes. They'll live upstairs and they'll just convert the downstairs into any sort of street vending option.
In 1997, KFC was one of the first American brands to open up shop in Vietnam, but it was entering an already crowded food market. It took 7 years for KFC to open just 10 restaurants. So KFC changed course and updated its menu to better fit local tastes. The brand introduced the KFC chicken rice and the KFC shrimp burger for Vietnamese customers. And today, the company has 130 KFC stores in 21 Vietnamese cities. But the hefty price tag for KFC meals seemed to be worth it for customers. But comparatively high prices weren't unique to KFC. McDonald's and Burger King's prices are also considered to be at a premium compared to local vendors. Local vendors can feed twice as many people as a single meal does at Burger King and McDonald's at half the cost.
Average people would pay about $2 to $3 for their lunch. That's about it, you know. And $2 to $3 is quite a lot. Office people, they tend to go out in groups. Then once in a while they would probably use McDonald's. And then on the other days, it's Vietnamese food on the street.
But these high prices are only part of the problem for McDonald's and Burger King. The way food is served in Vietnam has a lot to do with it. When Americans go to a restaurant, they normally find something on the menu that they like and order it for themselves. In Vietnam, it's more of a family-style serving experience. Burgers have a tough sell in Vietnam because they're not really a food you want to share.
There are basically two rules. I mean, first rule is you need to be able to share the food. Second rule is it needs to be chicken. When you then look at the burgers, it's not chicken, it's not shareable. And I think it's not a cuisine that is exciting to the Vietnamese.
And it doesn't look like things will be getting better for fast food chains anytime soon. More Vietnamese customers are retreating from fast food chains each year. Traffic to fast food chains dropped 31% from 2016 to 2018, while visits to street food vendors were up 70% during that 2-year span.
So when I look at these American fast food chains, I would divide them into the burgers, the chicken, and the more Italian kitchen. If we start with the Italian kitchen, it's a rather approachable dining experience in many Asian countries because you can share the food.
But not all fast food chains have failed to appeal to locals. Just take KFC and Pizza Hut. McDonald's and Burger King make up 2.8% of the total share of foreign fast food chains in Vietnam. But KFC makes up 11.4%, and Pizza Hut makes up 21.3%. McDonald's and Burger King aren't giving up just yet. The companies have made efforts to adapt their menus to reflect the cultural influences of Vietnamese cuisines, like the grilled pork rice with egg from McDonald's and the fish rice combo from Burger King. Experts say that it's going to take a lot more than revamping a menu to compete with so many local foods crowding the market space. With the popularity of fast food in Vietnam on the decline, McDonald's and Burger King have a hard future ahead when it comes to satisfying the Vietnamese tastes.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, for real. That is so interesting. So you tell me, of course, so we watched the video, let me share the word. So you tell me that why is it, so is it true first? So I want to know, so if you confirm that, they're not really just as popular as other countries, and why, especially so McDonald's. So it's like, so you tell me, you confirm this widow. So if it was right or now partly. So
Now we answer the questions
no,
and
I'm
we can
asking you something
discuss
else
about that.
first. I'm asking you something else. So it was so interesting that, because when it comes to big names like McDonald's, so we knew that, oh, it's McDonald's. So everyone, mostly, so all around the world, people, but it's not something really just maybe acceptable or something that people like to try. That was so interesting. Yeah, about Burger King and after Pizza Hut. So the condition was better actually. But about what is the reason people don't tend to just, or I don't know. So tell me.
Um, Firstly, the price, the bánh mì or the breakfast, or both of phở or bánh mì is cheaper in Vietnam, cheaper than Burger King or KFC in Vietnam, if we can compare.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. And I like McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, and KFC. I feel I feel it's delicious. Yes, I find it very delicious, and my children like them much. They often ask me to take them to the KFC when we have time or after school. Yes. Um, but uh, we eat not very often. Yes. But bánh mì or phở we can eat every day.
Ah,
Yes. It's not only for their prices, but maybe the taste. We are acquainted the Vietnamese food, the taste of Vietnamese food. We like to eat something have a water like a bowl of phở or noodles. Bánh mì, hamburger, Burger King, KFC. I felt it's right Yeah. Mm, but I know the restaurant have changed a lot. Changed to suitable to Vietnamese customer.
Yeah.
They change a lot. But sometimes we eat at them sometimes in some occasions, not every day.
Yeah.
But when I went to the US, my sister can eat every day.
Yeah.
Or after school, my my son my son can eat um KFC or Burger King every day in the
Yeah.
US.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, yeah, just got it. So it's like you said that we are acquainted with the taste of Vietnamese food. Thank you for using this word. But if you want to make it more conversational, used to. Don't forget, definitely use used to. We're used to. So you should
Yes.
say we're used to Vietnamese food. Oh, I'm typing what's going on here again? Can you see? Yes, it's okay now. We're
Yes,
used to.
we're used to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we are used to Vietnamese food.
Of course, it means that because this is actually this is more natural, more conversational. And you said that we like to eat something half water, like a bowl of pho or noodles. So of course, you should say we love meals that are light and fresh. They are light and fresh, actually, because half water is not really clear. So they're light and fresh.
That you can write.
Of
Yeah.
course, yes.
We
Yeah.
we
We
light and fresh.
love, okay, so for example, you can say we love
We love
meals
meal.
that are, for example, light and fresh. Okay, so this one is half water is a little unclear here. Yeah. And so you said that, for example, my kids are big fans of, for example, McDonald's, and affordable, reasonable price. So you can use it. Affordable. Okay. And when you say light and fresh, actually, we use this phrase to talk about food that isn't heavy, oily, like, as you said, like dry. Okay. So you can use it. Well,
Light and fresh.
yeah, of
Yes.
course. So let's see. Now let's look at the questions here. Number one, as of 2018, there are only 70 McDonald's stores in Vietnam. No, 70, no. It was?
Mm, let me see. Mm, 130.
Yeah.
130.
No, but
170.
no, as of 2018, McDonald's 17. 17, of course.
Oh, 17,
Yeah, of
not 7.
course, of course.
Okay.
And the next one?
You can get your bowl for phở or your bánh mì. Also, maybe even faster than McDonald's. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Of course, definitely yes. And 78% of Vietnamese money.
Spent on food. Went to the fast food restaurant. No. Um,
Yeah.
no.
KFC changed course and updated its menu.
One, maybe 100.
Yeah, of
1%.
course. And
KFC change courses. Change course and update its menu to better fit local tastes. Yes,
Yes, definitely
yes.
yes. McDonald's and Burger King's prices are reasonable.
Burger King price as reasonable to Vietnamese people. Uh, mm, I think it's the reasonable.
But according to
No, no.
the reason that why people don't buy, because the first is price. So no, they are not. So $2 or $3 for one burger is not acceptable and reasonable for Vietnamese. So according to the widow, no.
Because the food and the bánh mì in Vietnam is so cheaper.
Of course.
Cheaper than McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah, more
Yes,
reasonable and affordable, and so
yes,
cheap
affordable.
is good, of course. Let me say talk about, of
Affordable.
course, cheap means not expensive. That is really good. But actually, it has, slightly negative tone. You know what I mean? So it's better to say reasonable, affordable. You know what I mean?
Affordable.
Yeah, of course, because as you heard, like he said, according to the hefty price, that is like large, big. Okay, so for example, hefty, we heard this word, price.
Hefty
Hefty.
price.
Of course, the word means hefty means big or, for example, large. Okay? Yeah. For example, when you see a hefty price tag, like, oh, wow, you say, wow, what prices? So it's like significant cost. Maybe this is like this large. Okay. Well, and the next one, that is the food. The way food is served in Vietnam is most of family style serving experience. Yes. A family
Yes.
style serving, yes,
Mm,
experience. As you said, we can eat pho every day. It's family style food, but McDonald's is not. So, the
yes.
way food is served in Vietnam is more of a family style serving experience. So, just what you do in family. Exactly. Yeah. So, it's true, I think. Well, now I want to talk about a word that is actually a good word. For example, because you talked about it, your food actually uh, has water, or for
Uh,
example, dishes with liquid, okay, like pho, like noodle. Okay, so how to say it? There are different words, but I want to talk about them. The first one, don't use watery food because it has, again, it is also a negative tone. So watery
yes.
food, no. But we have good words like brothy or soupy and light. I
I
told you light is really good, okay? So for example, when you talk about pho, brothy, this one is good.
from
Soupy, of course, like soup. Yeah,
the
So, yeah, of course. So when you talk, it's common to use it when you talk about dishes with a lot of flavorful liquid, like your food. For example, we love brothy dishes like pho. We like brothy dishes like pho. This one, because it's light, as I told you, fresh. Yeah. Okay. For example, soups normally are light, okay? Especially for hot days. It's so soupy, watery, light, but this one is good. So brothy is good, and you can use it. Well, and keep going with questions. What kind of foreign food are most popular in your country?
What kinds of foreign food are most popular in your country? Korean food, barbecue food, barbecue Korean food, Korean barbecue food, um, Japanese food, uh, Hong Kong food,
And
um,
yeah,
yes, Thai food.
yeah. Well, so the first one, human, you don't need to add the word food because actually, so when you say Korean, okay, barbecue, that is Korean,
Korean barbecue, yes.
human dish. So this one is okay. This is the most common way. So we say Korean barbecue. Well, food, yeah, it's extra, so you don't need. And Japanese food. And but when you talk about, you say Hong Kong, okay, food is okay. But when you say cuisine or food, a little bit formal, but it's okay. So for example, Hong Kong food, it's okay. So you can say Korean barbecue, Japanese food, Hong Kong food, or cuisine. Cuisine is a little bit maybe formal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried the Korean barbecue
No.
or Japanese food? Japanese food?
No, unfortunately. So, of course, about Japanese food, it's sushi. I tried it, but I didn't know. I'm not the one for that type. No, yeah, I tried it. So first it was a little bit maybe strange to me, like that was new. Yeah, like, but no, good. But I haven't tried to know different just other cuisine. So I like, oh, running out of time. So okay, let's go, running out of time. Okay, let's log out and back in. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's go. Okay, let me stop it.